Looky, you're gonna be on YouTube there now, Paul. Oh no. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Ontario. Man, we just got back from Bainbridge, Georgia. Went down to the ODBA race, do a little bit of outboard drag boat racing. First time we've been able to do anything in 2 years, and it was awesome. But we came home to this. And anyways, that's how it goes. It's late in the year. It's been a while. I apologize for that, but I'm gonna try and put a bit of a video together here, kind of go over some stuff that we did down there, some footage that we shot, and gonna maybe touch base with Zach and his feelings on the whole situation. It was pretty cool. We have a lot of people asking about the QS1. It's cats out of the bags, no secret. So we're gonna kind of touch on that and what our plans are with that sort of stuff. So this is just gonna be a whole hobble jobble of stuff we got in the works, stuff we've just done, and yeah, anyways, follow along, enjoy. All right, guys, so man, I don't even know where to start on this trip. It was, man, it was so awesome. I'm gonna go back, and if you recall, we had been testing and planning for a couple of years to go down to Jasper, Tennessee for the World Outboard Drag Boat Finals, and the border opening was delayed, and I honestly went through a little bit of a phase there where I was kind of like, I thought maybe I was done racing, it was like the wind was knocked out of my sails. You know, we had worked so hard, and you know, and we had no racing up here, and the border was delayed. I was fed up, and then it was when they announced that the border was going to open, and all of a sudden both Zach and I were like, shit, you know, we can do this, but we got a lot of work to do if we're going to get ready to go. I mean, a lot of work. Like I had to rebuild the motor, freshen the motor. We had to move a bunch of weight around and a bunch of stuff that we had changed because we went on that little lake boating stint there for a little bit. So anyways, make a long story short, we finished up a couple jobs that I was working on, wheeled the boat in here, and pulled the power head off, tore it all apart, went through it and got through that. And then, you know, I had to go through obviously the bearings and stuff on the trailer and prepare for a, you know, 19, 20 hour drive. So we thrashed. And when I say thrash, I mean, I own a tire shop, and it's snow tire season, and that business alone will cripple most people at that time of year. It's devastating in how busy we are, you know, countless hours physically, mentally, and insane. So to take on the work to prepare for this trip and take on the trip was really stupid, to be honest with you. It was dumb. It's the last thing that I should be thinking about, but I had to do it. I had to do it. So we literally worked countless hours. And I mean, I would be at the shop early in the morning, get those guys rolling, and then we're out here till all hours of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Or I'd come home from work and I'd be extremely exhausted and I'd fall asleep, and then I'd wake up at midnight and then come out and work all night in the garage on my boat, get my shit ready, pack up and go to work in the morning. And it's been like that for a couple of weeks. It was crazy. Anyways, and then take on the drive. So regardless, we went, and man, I almost get emotional at how the way we were treated down there with these people. These are people that I've never ever met before, and we've chatted with on the internet and whatnot over the last couple of years. And but friends and fellow racers and stuff, we were greeted with open arms, and my son and I both, Zach especially, and you know, but and it's funny how you can hang out with, you can meet people for the first time you've ever met in your life, and it's like you've known each other for 20 years. It's like these are my people, you know. And the overwhelming response over this little channel blew me away. I just was like, all I heard the whole time there, oh, you're the Drag Boat Garage guy, and man, good job, and we want to see more videos and stuff. And I'm just like, I'm blown away. I'm like, I can't believe that this little channel can make that kind of impact on people, and they want to hear more about what we're doing up here, and it's awesome. But and then, you know, again, the people that we met, like a huge shout out to Brad Williams and David Jones. I mean, it was like we met up with those guys Thursday, and it was like we were long lost best friends, and we hung out for the whole week basically, and weekend, and it was great. Like we went out for dinner. They invited us along everywhere and introduced us to people, and man, I mean, there's so many people I met that I want to touch on, but like people that impacted me. Michael Bates, just a great dude, man. And Paul Freeman and Billy Eves was there, worked on my props for me. And gosh, the Ludwig brothers that I've spoke with on the internet a little bit and hung out with those guys and had a great time. And the Morgan City boys, Baby Josh and gosh, man, these guys are just, it's like I've known these guys my whole life. And that's the cool fucking thing with this sport, man. And whether it's drag racing or it's racing cars or it's racing motorcycles or it's racing boats, it's just, these are your people and you instantly, there's an instant connection and there's a mutual respect and stuff. And that's why I really encourage people to get out and you got to get out and race, man. And get it with your people and do these things. It's good for the soul. I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you. And so anyways, we boat performance, mind-blowing. We've worked really, really hard and I knew we had a pretty decent boat, but when we got down there and the water and the air is completely different and my boat sucked shit on Wednesday. We started testing Wednesday and it bit so hard that it would pull the motor down a bog. And so I was on the phone with Brett and he helped me out tremendously with the tune and we fixed that a little bit and props. And luckily I've got a pretty good selection of good props. And Billy Eves was there and he said that they're all too aggressive for this water down here. And so he took one of them and he took some bite out of it and it was awesome. Anyways, 3 full days of testing, making passes to get the boat to where it was somewhat okay. And it still wouldn't leave like it did back here. That's funny. You know, I had people message me, go, man, I've seen your boat leave up here and it's textbook perfect and it looked like shit down there. And yeah, we struggled, man. It didn't work as good there as it does here. And that's racing. You got to throw that shit in the beams and deal with the changing situations, the current that we had, the heavy water, the tailwind. It was different than anything that I've ever been used to before. And things change and that's racing. And that's what's cool. But I learned an enormous amount. And anyways, it was so Saturday morning, first class in the Waters Pro Stock. That was my class. And the way you draw cards and the way the ladder fell, I draw Donnie Moore for the first round. And Donnie's, a veteran of Pro Stock and a great guy and actually spent a fair bit of time with him down there. He's awesome, giving me some advice and some pointers. And I remember thinking in my head, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt real, real bad. And so we idled in together and I think I caught I know I caught the light on Donnie and the boat made a move and he was right there, but he wasn't pulling away from me, and 300 feet out and he's not pulling away from me, 600 feet out he's not pulling away from me, and 700 I'm thinking, holy shit, this is one of the top dogs here and we're literally side by side. And it just grew some legs, and at the end he caught me at the stripe and it was awesome. But I was super proud at that moment that we built the shit up here in my garage, my fucking 2-car garage, and with the help of a bunch of people, don't get me wrong, but in a boat that nobody's ever done it before. So we couldn't go to anybody and ask, what engine height and how much setback and all this kind of stuff. We had to try it all, and there was a lot of fail. So, and that was cool. And I got a buy run, which was a lucky run, and that was good. And then I ended up with racing Randy Wheat, who was last year's world champion and a great dude. And I beat him. And I know his boat didn't come out just right, and that's the reason I beat him, but that's racing. His boat didn't come out and mine did, and we got around him, and that was super cool. That was a huge proud moment. And anyways, but we did develop some issues as for Sunday. I noticed in Sunday morning when the boat went in the water and I was warming up, there was a huge discrepancy in the EGTs between the two banks, and like at idle there was over 100 degrees. It was ironic, so we pulled it back out and we went through a bunch of stuff, and we got checking the timing, and we found out there's 3 or 4 degrees difference timing from the port side to the starboard side. So I got a switch box or something going bad, but by the time we figured it out, we were dunking in the water and we didn't have any time to change it. So boat fell off a little bit on Sunday, and I'm confident that we could have gone a round or two Sunday if I had that sorted out, but we didn't. It lost 500 RPM and it lost a couple mile an hour. But again, that's racing. So Sunday wasn't super great, but Saturday we ended up with a third in Pro Stock, which to me is just, again, it's mind blowing. I can't believe it. Like these dudes are the best of the best, and you know, and yeah, man, I'm still blown away. I kind of feel like super blessed. So overall, boat worked really good. Met an enormous amount of people, and you know, parking lot parties and that sort of thing. It was just, man, it was great. I got my, you know, the other thing I was very thankful for is, you know, I got to go with my son, which is great. Not only that, but my brother Brent. Most of you guys know Brent. He's a solid dude, and him and I are super tight. And what's awesome though is he's a very, very busy guy. He's with business. He's got 7 or so offices all over the place, and he's done very well for himself. And he's a busy guy. He's got a brand new house, and they're in the midst of finishing completing the basement and bedrooms and all that kind of stuff, which is an awesome, beautiful new home. But he still took a week out of his schedule to come down and help me. And man, that's awesome. Like that's it's amazing. You know what I mean? And I appreciate it so much. And it was a huge help, you know, with share with the driving and the boat in and out and that sort of stuff. But not only that, just to get to spend that time, you know, it's busy. These are busy times, and man, he's got a family and I got a family, and we try and get together as much as we can, but sometimes it's hard to do that. So just to have that week with Zach and with Brent, I think it was awesome for all of us. It was really, really good. So anyways, I got a few clips here I'll post up and kind of show you guys what went on, sort of scenes at the races and that sort of stuff. Take a look, and then we'll get back here and we'll sort of touch back in on the QS1 and plans for next year and whatever. So here, enjoy. Hey guys, Mark here down in South Georgia. Finally made it down to an ODBA race. Super excited. Pretty cool setting here. You can hear the boats running in the background, park-like setting. It's really cool setup, really nice ramps. There's 3 or 4 of them in a row, kind of right over there. Anyways, awesome. So got here Wednesday, done some testing, and man, I've learned a lot. Like this water down here, it's thick and heavy, mucky. It's different than anything I've ever been in, and really bites hard, pulled the motor down. So I mean, we pulled our hair out here for 2 days trying to get a tune that's going to work, you know, and changed ECU mapping. We've changed prop and delays and all this kind of stuff, and so I think it's about the best that it can be for right now. It's what I've got. There's some really fast guys here, so both my classes are both stacked with the fastest guys on the planet, so it's awesome. I'm super excited. So anyways, we'll try and bring you more throughout the day and throughout the weekend, so thanks for checking in. How you doing? How are you, bud?
I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you.
Hey guys, how you doing?
I have no regrets held tight of my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in death. Been stabbed in the back, that I'll show you.
Morning, boys. Good, how you doing? Oh, yeah. Yes, it was that one. I found it those things. Sick. Morning, sir. Good, and you? Probably sleeping. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Man, I'm guilty of this all the time, and obviously I didn't shoot as much footage as I should have. I intended to, but man, I don't know why I've had such a hard time with doing that. When I get working, when I work hard and I work fast, and I'm very, very driven, and I just forget to grab the camera. And then even down there, 10 times I said, oh, I should be interviewing people. I should have the camera in my hand, but I was trying to treat it like a little bit of a holiday too, and just get a break. So anyways, but I did shoot a bit of footage, and my brother Brent, he had shot a bunch too, and that's what we added in there and that sort of thing. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. So cool stuff. The QS1, cat's out of the bag. We have been looking at doing something for about a year now, deciding that I wanted to buy a new boat. And we'd looked at a couple of different ideas, and seen the QS1, and I never really fell in love with it until I saw Eddie Mac's red version, and then I was like, whoa, that is the baddest boat I've ever seen in my life. Fortunately for us, we had Paul Crisco, a good friend of mine and owns Top Gun Marine, had actually pre-ordered 2 STVs, or two full throttle powerboats from Jack. So we had 2 spots, and he gave one to me, which was awesome. And then I had my choice of which boat. We had talked about a Euro there back, if you guys remember. That was kind of when I was on this stint where there was no racing, so I'm gonna go lake boating, but that was pretty short-lived. Kind of do that every couple of years. Anyways, so decided on the QS1. So we do have a new QS1 coming. It's coming in April, hopefully. Jack said April, but I know things change and whatnot. So we're sure hoping for April. And we are going to race it this year. Everybody said, oh, are you going to take a year and rig it? And I was like, no, that's the dumbest question you could ever ask me. Do you think I've ever taken a year for anything in my life? That shit will be underway the second it arrives at my garage. We got some really cool products we're working on with guys at Speedwire and stuff. So we're going to have it's going to have some pretty trick stuff. And yeah, class. I've been asked class all the time. People presume because I bought a QS1 that I'm going to race Pro Drag or Pro Mod, and eventually I would like to do that. But right now my heart's in Pro Stock, and I kind of want to. Nobody's ever made a QS1 work with low horsepower like what we run, like a pro stock type motor, 220 horsepower, whatever. But I have a theory that I can, and I could be wrong, but you know, I've talked to Brett and I have bounced this idea around here a lot, and Rob, and I got this idea, and it's quirky and off the wall, but we're gonna try it, and I think that we can make that thing work. I really do. And so I want to work as hard at it as I worked with the Charger, and try and make it leave. Just trying to make the boat leave. If we can make the boat leave, then we're golden. I think it'll be faster than the Charger. It's just a much more efficient boat. We just got to make it leave, and I think we can. The cool thing with the QS1 too, it's a very safe boat. And as we power up into higher classes, up to maybe Pro Mod at one time, I feel safe. The other thing, Zach is 15. Zach's gonna start making passes in the QS1 next year. He is a far better driver than I am. He drives a V-bottom like he's been doing it for 30 years, and he's 15 years old. He's alert. He's raced his entire life. I have no concerns. I've had people say to me, oh man, that's a big step. No, none. No, it's not. We've got Formula One drivers now that are 18 years old. He's raced his entire life, motocross, snowcross, BMX, boats. The kid drives phenomenally. And his feedback, when that kid was 7 years old racing motocross, he could provide me feedback on shocks, on valving, on things that I thought there's no way that this kid can know this, and he knows. And I know it'll be the same with the boat. I have no problem with stepping out of the driver's seat and looking after tuning it full time. Actually, I think I could focus better on tuning it if I don't have to drive it. I really think that as he grows into driving it and I get to tune it, our race program will be amplified and will be very, very tough to beat. That's because we're willing to work that hard. So anyways, that's the plans. QS1's coming in April, getting rigged underway. Gonna race pro stock with it next year. I will be racing it, but Zach will be testing in it a lot. And we've got a couple motors this time. We've never had a couple motors. I've got a good motor, and then I've got a backup motor, so we can wear one out in testing. We got a new gear case coming too. We're gonna have 2 gear cases. We're gonna have 2 motors. We're gonna have spare parts that we haven't had before. So, and we plan on racing a lot next year. We do. We're gonna race up here. OPBRA is underway. We've secured insurance, and we're gonna run our series, which is gonna be fantastic. I don't know. We haven't pinned down on venues just yet, but we're gonna have probably three races, 3 2-day races. And then we will definitely be going to Jasper, or the race formerly known as Jasper. I would like to do Bainbridge again, depends on what the date is. If it's somewhat even close to Jasper within a month or so for next year, I would probably leave the boat down there. I've got enough friends down there that I could maybe leave something, but so we're definitely going to do 2 ODBAs. This is maybe an aggressive, not an aggressive, an eager idea, but really want to do Mitch Ludwig's DSRA race in Louisiana. It's a long haul, but it's awesome, and Mitch wants us to come. He's said that to me, and would be super cool. It's in the middle of the summer, so kind of got to look at scheduling my employees, holidays, all that kind of stuff. But man, honestly, if we can pull it off, we're going to go to Mitch's race in Louisiana, and yeah, I'd like to hit 3 or 4 southern races, as well as our series up here, so with a bunch of testing. So we're taking this stuff serious, and that's what we do. So anyways, that clears up the QS1. So back to Bainbridge, our racing program the last couple of years, man, just so many people to thank for what we've done, man. So many people that have been involved in this project and helped from day one. And man, I just want y'all to know that I appreciate you, and we couldn't have done this on our own. And I mean, there's so many, I don't want to leave anybody out, but Rob Twyble, I mean, my homie, I occupy a lot of his time, and we talk about stuff nonstop. We bounce ideas back and forth. Paul Crisco at Top Gun Marine. I mean, Paul's become one of my best friends, and he's always there for me, and he's fixes my gear cases if I need an issue, like basically overnight, and he gets parts to me, delivers them right to my house. I mean, the guy's just fucking A1. It don't get any better, and advice too. He's been around this shit a long time. Paul's been awesome. Mike Winstone, and Mike, I bought the Charger from, and then he's helped me enormously. And but man, there's just so many, you know, my own family, obviously, for putting up and let me chase these dreams. I mean, nobody knows, you have no idea, none, zero. And you wouldn't believe if I told you the amount of time that I spend in the garage working on race boats. It would probably make you barf. But it's all I want to do. It's all that registers to me. I struggle. I have great friends that I adore and I love spending time with, but I just, this has to come first for me. And anyways, so my family for putting up with it, and not only putting up with it, supporting it, like they think it's great. And anyways, there's that. So, and again, the people that we met down there, our new friends, our US friends, and oh man, just so blessed. And again, if I'm reaching out to anybody out there in this channel that doesn't really feel that they know what they're doing or something, it's just, I'm a prime example, man. 3 years ago, I didn't know what a fucking 2.5 Merc was. Didn't have a clue. But I asked questions and I learned a lot, and people have been there for me to help, and that's the cool thing with this sport or with any kind of racing, man. If you want to do it, just reach out to people and they will help you, and you can do it. I don't care, you know, on what budget. I don't have a big budget. I have a shitty budget racing, you know. But I work hard and I make it count. But man, just do it. Build a boat, go racing. It's making a comeback. You watch, outboard drag boat racing is coming back. You take that to the grave. I'm telling you. I've seen it, and I see it up here, and I see the eagerness to it. I see young guys. I get guys reach out to me on Instagram every day. Young guys, hey Mark, you know, I bought a Hydro Stream, or I bought this, and you know, I watch your videos, and man, and I want to race OPBRA. I want to race Formula class. I'm like, man, this is awesome. I think when we get up and going, Formula's going to have 30 boats in it, because there's young guys that are eager and whatnot, and it's awesome. So anyways, I'm rambling. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Guys, please like, subscribe, share. I'm going to try and do a better job. I know I say that all the time of getting this content out. It's just really, really hard. I just work so much. But anyways, appreciate you. Thank you. Enjoy.